Carl Jung once warned that modern man may one day awaken only to discover that half of his life has already slipped away. What makes this observation unsettling is not merely the passage of time itself, but the realization that a life can be spent in motion without ever moving toward anything meaningful. One can work, consume, entertain oneself, pursue relationships, accumulate achievements, and yet remain strangely disconnected from the deeper task of living. In contemporary society, anxiety and depression are often understood primarily through a medical lens. The dominant assumption is that psychological suffering originates from faulty brain chemistry and therefore requires chemical intervention. While medication undoubtedly has its place, Jung believed that many cases of psychological distress cannot be fully explained by biology alone. In his view, countless individuals suffer not because something is fundamentally wrong with their brains, but because something has gone wrong in the way they are living. For this reason, Jung's approach to healing did not begin with symptom management. It began with insight. Before attempting to eliminate suffering, one must first understand what suffering is, why it exists, and what role it plays in human development. Modern individuals frequently assume that happiness should be the natural condition of life, while hardship, uncertainty, and struggle are unfortunate interruptions to that condition. Jung regarded this assumption as a dangerous illusion. Difficulty is not an accident of existence. It is woven into the structure of life itself. Every meaningful accomplishment demands sacrifice, effort, patience, and confrontation with obstacles. A life entirely free from challenge would not produce peace, it would produce stagnation. Human beings require resistance in much the same way that muscles require weight in order to grow. Without difficulty, there would be little reason to develop courage, discipline, resilience, or wisdom. This recognition marks an important psychological turning point. As long as one secretly believes that life ought to become easier, there remains a tendency to postpone personal growth while waiting for circumstances to improve. The hope persists that someday the problems will disappear on their own. But once it is accepted that struggle is an unavoidable aspect of existence, attention naturally shifts away from changing reality and towards strengthening character. The question ceases to be how suffering can be avoided and becomes how one can become capable of carrying it. Jung repeatedly emphasized that psychological health does not emerge from the elimination of all difficulty. Such a condition is neither possible nor desirable. What matters is whether an individual possesses sufficient inner strength to engage with life's challenges without becoming overwhelmed by them. A meaningful life is not found beyond the battlefield of existence. It is found within it.